just start.
Okay, got it.
Am I audible now?
Is it, now it comes. Yes.
Okay.
But how does this come? I think, yeah, I think so. Do we go all over? Yeah, we do, no? There is. Do we open it like this, or do we open it just like that with one thing? Yeah, I think that'll be fine. No, yeah, that's okay. No, that's
Shoni, it's fine now.
Is it
Yeah,
okay?
it's fine. It's completely fine. Yeah. Am I audible?
It's okay. Oh, yes, of course you're audible.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, we'll just start. We'll just go live, and then we'll just start the session. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Check it. Check your phone once.
This is how it is. Yeah. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's okay.
A very good afternoon to all our viewers. Our country is celebrating the 75th anniversary of India's independence. To celebrate this, a series of events have been planned by the Government of India under the able leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji to celebrate the Amrit Mahotsav of Azadi. As a part of the year-long celebration and keeping the current pandemic situation in mind and taking all necessary precaution, Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill Council takes the privilege of hosting this webinar on aromatherapy, scope and benefits. Our guest for today's webinar is an icon whose name is synonymous with all things beautiful. Yes, it's none other than Dr. Blossom Kochhar, the pioneer in aromatherapy and chairperson of Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill Council and the founder of the Blossom Kochhar group of companies. Dr. Kochhar's Aroma Magic is the first aromatherapy-based product range of the country. Dr. Kochhar holds high-ranking position in several organizations. She is the president, Organization Mondial Coiffure Paris, Intercoiffure India, and National Hairdressers Association. She is also the education director at the Blossom Kochhar College of Creative Arts and Design. Ma'am, we are fortunate to have you with us today. A welcome.
Thank you. And namaste. Namaste. And it's really a real pleasure to be here today on this wonderful day. That is, today to celebrate. And it is a real pleasure. Thank you so very much.
Aromatherapy dates back to prehistoric times over 3,500 BC. It is an alternate therapy for holistic healing, which uses natural plant extracts to promote health and well-being. Sometimes it is also called essential oil therapy. Ma'am, you have had an inspiring journey. We all would really like to know what was your motivation for starting an aromatherapy-based cosmetic brand, Aroma Magic?
Okay. Now, when I first started with the beauty industry, of only little say treatment for someone. I wanted to give a treatment that was, something that I knew what was happening, and I wanted it to be more than just external. So it had to be something that was completely different. So when my clients used to come to me, in fact, I used to make up a product or a facial cream or a massage cream for them individually. And when I had to perfume it, Again, perfumes were all synthetic and I didn't know what was in it. So then I used essential oils because my husband was in the army and he was posted in Wellington Staff College. And there we had all these essential oils. So I used to use these essential oils to perfume the product. And you know what happened? When I used it on the clients, they would say, I had a cold and the cold became better. And then they would say, I had a headache and that became better. It also helped in the water retention. And they said, what have you put into that hair oil? Because, the whole time I am, running to the loo and it is really something. So then that is how I started with aromatherapy to find out that this is something that could really help, the oils. And it was a very holistic treatment. It was something that was not just to make a person beautiful. It would help their mind. It was going to help their body, any kind of problems that they had. And it would help their emotions also. So that is how, in fact, I went into it and started that this is something that was really fantastic and it is absolutely natural and it came from nature. Because it was not even Ayurvedic, because Ayurvedic, we have to take the product and boil it and then we get the quat and then we make it. But with with the essential oil, you get the pure essential oil and you use that straight. The other difference was that you just have to use a drop. Because if you take 1 ton of rose petals, you're going to get 1 kilo of rose oil. And that is why it is so very, very expensive. But 1 drop of that oil is equivalent to 25 grams of plant material or a 25-gram jar of cream. So that is how I started using it. And I needed this little thing. And of course, when we had to go in to make the product, that was something else. In that, you have to use all the vegetable oils. You cannot use a mineral oil or petroleum base because that again is going to not allow the penetration of the product, of the oils. So it has to be vegetable oils. Then when we had to get the waxes to put into the product, it had to be vegetable waxes. I couldn't use any of the mineral waxes. It had to be, even the emulsifier had to be vegetable. So, and the preservatives, we just couldn't use any of these, but the essential oils, some of them were the natural preservative. So this is, and of course, perfume was no synthetic, and also the color. The color was of the product. So it became an absolutely natural product, which of course help the client because it's important. And the other thing that I believe in is what you put on your face, you should be able to eat. And what you eat, you should be able to put on your face. So that is what happened. And that's how I went into a product like this.
That's truly inspiring, ma'am. And as we know that charity begins at home, you started using it by yourself. And for you today, we all are getting benefited out of it by using these aromatherapy. So, ma'am, as you mentioned, like the scope of aromatherapy is wide, ranging from feel good to therapeutic. So, ma'am, what are the new avenues and opportunities in aromatherapy for the aspirational youth of India?
Okay, now aromatherapy can be used in 3 ways, okay? We use it for our mind. That means it's used for depression. It's used for when a person is very anxious and too much of anxiety or very anxious, or a person who's hyper, a person who's very sad, all this grief and other things. So it's used on the mind. The next thing it's used on, and that is why we will find, because it's so natural, like when we get very depressed or something, we go for a walk in a garden, you're going to find that it's really going to help you and lift you up. The next thing that it's used for is it's used for cosmetic reasons. And that's what I used it for. It's used because it's all these oils are antibacterial and antiviral. And so you can use it for dark circles, you can use it for falling hair, We use it for anti-aging. We use it for, acne. It can be used for any of these problems, beauty problems. The other way it was used in any stress-related ailment. For example, if you have high blood pressure, we use it as a complementary form. We do not use it like if you got high blood pressure, we say go to the doctor and get it. But to get your pressure normal and balanced, you can use this oil called lang-lang, which is a wonderful oil. It's from the flowers. You bathe in this oil. You put a massage. Use it as a massage. You mix it with a vegetable oil and use it as a massage. You can use it for this, or these essential oils are used for every, hormonal problems. For example, you have PMS, you have other kind of problems that are there. These oils are used for that because they help to balance it out. And of course, they are very ancient. Like I said, these oils are really ancient, and they come from all these ancient things. Like it was used in Greece. It was used in, you can use it in China, and of course it was used in India. Now, this is in fact a branch of Ayurveda. It comes from that branch called the Rasayana Tantra, which is the Ayurveda for rejuvenation. All these ancient ladies and beautiful, beautiful ladies, they used to use this, like we use jasmine. Jasmine is for elasticity of the skin, and they used to use it for that. They used to use sandalwood. Sandalwood was to calm the person down. And in Egypt, it was used. In fact, the mummies were preserved with these oils. If you go there to Egypt, you will find they have a special temple where the body used to go, and they were kept there for 40 days. And those 40 days, they were wrapped and soaked in these oils so that they would be preserved. And we all know the mummies have been preserved till today. And I always tell everyone, if they can be preserved every day, can you imagine what it does to the skin of a person, of us, if we can use it? And so it's absolutely anti-aging. So it's used for all these things. So any kind of ailments, it's used for any hormonal ailments. It is used for any kind of high blood pressure. Lang-lang, it's used for pains. Now, pains, the oil I recommend for any pain is lavender. You have spondylosis, just take lavender and don't rub it, just apply it. You will find that that's going to help. You have any pain anywhere, use lavender. So lavender is also for burns. Like in salons, we go and burn ourselves. At the home, we burn ourselves. You use the lavender and it's really going to help. So this is what it's used for. And then, of course, it went out and it became a folklore that everybody said you put this oil and somebody fall in love with you, or you get a hangover and you use it and somebody happened. But that was absolutely, it was just folklore. So people never went for aromatherapy. Then now they're doing all these studies because it is used for autistic children. It is used for depression. It is used for stress, which is something that is really prevailing quite a lot now. It is used for so many things. So it's used for your mind. It is used for your body, for all the massages. And of course, the spas are using it. But for all treatments, you have aches, you have pains, you have anything. So any stress-related ailment, aromatherapy is there. But any de-stress, like if it's heart or if it's, any kind of like high blood pressure, though we have an oil to balance, but we always send them to a doctor. We say, go to a doctor. So it's a wonderful oil and it can be used beautifully as a way of life and in your house, because you just have to mix it, put it in the AC ducts, mix it with water and just spray it around. You can mix it with oil for your massages. So it's something that's used for everything. And it's very, very simple. The other thing that people ask me is that, the oil that we use, that it could be very expensive. Yes, some oils are very expensive, like rose, because you use 1 ton, you get 1 kilo. jasmine is another one, sandalwood is another. But other oils, they're quite cheap. So when we go to buy oils, we can't say all one price. We'll say one will be 10, maybe one will be 100, one will be 1,000. So that is how it goes. Now, aromatherapy, in fact, even doctors now are using it and all over. Like when I gave this lecture in America to all the doctors, Indian doctors, they started using tea tree oil into their ducts instead of using the normal phenol, because they found that tea tree was 5 times stronger than phenol. So aromatherapy is really wonderful. It comes from India, and I feel we really should make more use of it and really use it because it's so natural, very, very natural.
So, ma'am, as you rightly mentioned, like aromatherapy is considered to promote relaxation and help relieve stress. So, these days, COVID has emerged as a global threat. And essential oils are basically comprised of various complex mixture of volatile phytochemicals. So, do you think that aromatherapy can be used to fight infections due to its anti-inflammatory and antiviral properties?
Yeah. Actually, what we do with the essential oils during COVID is we use them for the immune system. That is one. So the oils that we use, there are 5 oils we use, which are really absolutely antibacterial and antiviral oils, and they have all the properties. So we use eucalyptus. Okay, now eucalyptus we all know is for the chest, and since COVID is something that affects the chest, we use that. So we use eucalyptus. Now, how do we use the eucalyptus? You can either put it on your mask, okay, a little bit, so that all these 5 oils, whichever you like, put it on your mask and go around. So that is going to ward off any of these infections that come through. The next thing is we use it in diffusers, we use it in your bath water, and you can use eucalyptus with anything. So you can mix it, just say you have a cold or something. We mix the eucalyptus along with the oil. You can mix it, but vegetable oil. It can be coconut oil, it can be olive oil, it can be almond oil, and use it. Rub it on your chest, rub it here, put it around your nose, around here. So that is something that is highly recommended. The next is we use thyme. Now, thyme again is a very strong oil and excellent to keep away all these infections. Now, that sometimes we find that we don't like the smell of thyme. So I normally say use it for wiping down your tables, your chairs, or use it in the water for the washing of the floor. So that is so disinfectant. So you can use thyme, you can use eucalyptus, and then another oil is rosemary. Rosemary is very good to use, and you can use lemon. Lemon, of course, is something that really, it smells also so delicious. Yes. Put it in the office, and that you will find you won't get so many people who are getting sick, okay? So you can have eucalyptus and tea tree. So, and lavender, of course, that's the very relaxing, it relaxes you. So these are the oils. Now we can use it in our bath water. We can use it in the water that we have to clean the floors. We can use it, just take it down, clean out. The lavender you can use for your phones, just to wipe it down every day. You can use it on the tabletops. You can use it anywhere, and you can use it on yourself also. And what I like to do is that the other thing that I find very, very good and very helpful, and it keeps it away. Now we use coconut oil. Now coconut oil is amazing. Put a little coconut oil in your nose. And we don't say put the essential oil with it because it could burn, okay? So just use the essential oil on your mask. Put the coconut oil in your nose. With that, you can just take a orange tip and just put it in, and use a drop over here. You will find that because how does it go through? It goes to the mouth. Now the mouth, we have the mask. So it is the nose. And nose, you'll find normally people will wear it like that. So, and why do we say coconut oil? Because it's got lauric acid, and the soap is made of coconut oil and palm oil. So that is lauric acid. So that is how it really affects. In fact, the Ayurvedic Institute in AIMS have given this kind of a little packet to all the police, and they really have, really they've saved them from this COVID infection. So this can be used, and it's a very lovely smelling thing, and it definitely has all the thing to help you. So it helps a great deal. Coconut oil helps, these oils help, and it's wonderful. So, and then to put you back, now one problem we've had is hair falling.
Yes.
Now hair falling
Opposed to-
after COVID. No?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Now hair falling after COVID, which really helps, is lavender and rosemary. Just put a drop of lavender, a drop of rosemary in your oil, any oil that you're going to use, olive oil, you can use coconut oil, you can use mustard oil, whichever, and massage it in nicely. This helps. The others, after you shampoo, take a little water at the not last drinks, just quarter mug of water, put about 2 to 3 drops of, just like that, with a bottle, 2 drops would come through, 2 drops of rosemary, 2 drops of lavender, and just rinse it through. So it stays like that. So that also helps, because it helps the circulation, because that is one thing that is real. Now, under the feet again, under the feet, we will like to put eucalyptus. We say every day, put eucalyptus under your feet. After you've had a bath, take the eucalyptus straight. You don't even need to mix it. Put it like this, put it under your feet and go. So that is going to help your circulation. So that is how these oils fragrantly are going to help you against COVID. And very, very simple.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I think the tips which you have given us today, it will be useful for all the viewers. Thank you so much.
Just
ma'am, would this changing focus to skilling in aromatherapy job roles contribute significantly in the long run to the society at large?
Yeah, I got.
Am I audible? Yeah. I'm saying, would the changing focus to skilling in aromatherapy job roles contribute significantly in the long run to the society at large?
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, skilling, I feel aromatherapy should be there, because it is a wonderful way, and it is part of Ayurveda, and it's really going to help. And in skilling, it's going to really work. Like, the Sidesco, now they have gone in quite a lot into aromatherapy, because they found with the trend towards natural and everything going, they have started. And what they have done is they've made it singular. They say you can do a standalone. You don't need to. Before, we had to do the whole beauty, and then you would go in for an aromatherapy. Now it's just standalone. And I think this is going to make a really big difference, and a wonderful difference, because another thing, it is Indian. Everything you get from India. Everything. In fact, we export oils abroad, and here we have them all. So it will be really fantastic, and you can do a fantastic set of, job with this thing, and there'll be wonderful job roles and learning and skilling. I think this is something that will really, it's something for the future. And it will work very well.
Sure, ma'am. I think under your guidance, we'll really create some very good job roles under aromatherapy and start skilling the youth of India. So, ma'am, thank you so much for such an enlightening session. I, on behalf of B&W SSC, would like to express my gratitude. It's an honor and privilege for BW SSC to have you as our key speaker for today's webinar. We are highly obliged for you taking out your valuable time and joining us in this webinar. We are immensely grateful to you, ma'am. And thank you to all our industry partners, training partners, trainers, assessors, dear students and viewers who all have joined us today. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It is really a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.